Every single day you're building habits, whether you know it or not. Some will push you forward, some will hold you back. But one thing is certain, your habits shape your destiny. Why are habits formed? Why does your brain push us into patterns, both good and bad? And more importantly, how can you take control of the process to build the life you want? That's what we're diving into today. So think of it this way, your brain is the most powerful computer on earth, but with limited battery. It doesn't want to waste energy making the same decisions over and over again, so it looks for shortcuts. When you repeat an action, your brain hardwires that action into your subconscious. Instead of consciously deciding, it moves this process into autopilot. That's why you don't think about brushing your teeth, tying your shoes, or locking the front door when you leave your home. You just do it. The scientific name for this is automaticity, the ability to perform a behavior without conscious thought. It saves energy, frees up your focus, and allows us to run efficiently. So habits don't just happen, but where do they come from? They follow a loop. It always starts with a cue, a trigger, something in your environment or your body. Next comes the routine, the action you take. Finally, the reward, the benefit your brain associates with it. For example, a cue could be your alarm going off. Routine, you roll out of bed and start your workout. And the reward is endorphins, energy, pride. But the loop also works the other way, and it can actually be detrimental to you. But the cue could be you feel stressed. The routine is you grab a junk food snack. The reward, a moment of comfort. You are a comfort eater now. Your brain doesn't judge, it doesn't care if the habit is good or destructive. It only cares about the reward. This is why habits are more powerful than motivation. Motivation is temporary. It comes and goes with your mood, your energy and your circumstances. But habits, once locked in, they will bypass motivation completely. You don't need to feel like it, you just do it. That's why discipline matters more than inspiration. Inspiration gets you started, discipline keeps you going. The discipline is simply the decision to repeat an action long term enough until it becomes a habit. Here's the question people love to ask. How long does it take to form a habit? Some studies say 21 days, others say 66, but the truth is it depends, and it also depends on the complexity of the habit, the environment around you, and how consistent you are. The real answer, it takes as long as it takes. Every day you show up, you strengthen that wiring in your brain. Every day you skip, you weaken it. Consistency beats speed. Focus on showing up, not on counting the days. So, what about breaking the habits that drag you down? That's the hard part, because the brain doesn't just forget old patterns. You can't just delete a habit, you have to replace it. The trick is to keep the same cue, but change the routine. Stressed? Instead of reaching for junk food, take a 5-minute walk. Tired? Instead of endless scrolling, read a chapter of a book. Anxious? Instead of smoking, try deep breathing. The brain still craves a reward, but you give it a healthier one. Over time, the new routine takes over. This is called habit substitution. It works because the loop remains intact, just rewired. Here's the most powerful truth. Habits aren't just actions, they are identity. Every time you complete a habit, you're not just doing the action, you're casting a vote for the kind of person you are becoming. Do a workout, you cast a vote for being an athlete. Write a page, you've casted a vote for being a writer. Save a pound, you've casted a vote for being financially disciplined. Your habits are shaping who you are in the background. Every single day, your actions are defining your identity, and that identity is what carries you forward when motivation disappears. Why are habits formed? Because your brain seeks efficiency, habits are shortcuts, they are patterns of your life. But the truth is, you choose what habits to build, and those choices will either build your future or destroy it. Habits aren't just something you have, they are who you are. Build them with intention, repeat them with discipline, and watch your life reshape itself, one small choice at a time. That's why you need to silence the excuses and feed the streak.